Hi everybody, Bob Nugent here from Thole Hill Farms. Just figured I'd give you an update. We haven't been doing a lot of boiling the past couple weeks because winter decided to show up. We had a few days where it was not horribly temperature wise, but it wasn't warm enough really to get a good run. We had the vacuum pump on, just like I said in past videos, to keep the sap coming to us for tap health. So in the meantime, as you saw from the wife's post, we went on to another project for the winter, and that was we're trying to rebuild a couple of the hay wagons we got because they're older. They've sat outside a couple times and they've gotten tired. So we pulled some logs out. I got a hold of one of the local portable sawmill guys. He came up and milled. He's actually just finishing up. A couple of the logs we pulled out turned out to be basswood, which I'm not a big forestry guy, but if you know much about timber and whatnot, basswood is not very good for hay wagons for what we want to do. It's not very rot resistant. It's fairly strong, but it's very soft. So we decided, I talked to the milling guy yesterday. Today's Sunday, by the way, the 23rd or something like that, February. And as you could probably hear in the background, the pump is running. So I talked to him. I said, well, I did took the four-wheeler, went around our lower property, the Davis property, and I didn't find any oaks. And I really want an oak. What we're trying to do is find something for the runners. These are the big main beams that go on top of the running gear, the tires, the axles and that, and then the wagon is built on top of that. And I wanted it oak just because, one, it's heavier, so center of gravity brings it down, but also it's a very strong rot resistant wood, and that always is the spot where wagons seem to go bad in the beginning. So I didn't find anything down there. I told him, well, I know I have some up here on the home place. I mean, if you look in the background there, there's a lot of woods back there. So I figured I could go back there, or I could go up to the sugar bush and find some. And actually, that's what I did. I went up on the hill, up there on the hill, and I found there's quite a few nice, apparently from cutting it looks like it's red oak, trees right along the field, and they're starting to lean out. So it'll actually help on the field because the top of the tree, the foliage won't be covering so much of the field. So maybe it'll actually kind of get more light to the field. So anyway, we found this nice big, there it is, get off to the side. So we found this nice big red oak. I managed to get a 20-footer and a 10-footer I cut out of it. The old Alice, she didn't have the power to pull it out, the big one. So managed to pull the little one out. So when we came down with that one, I took the John Deere up and we pulled this big guy out. And even the John Deere kind of struggled. It's a heavy piece of wood. But also, we managed to get some firewood down here. If you look there, we brought a whole tree down with us. That's actually the top to this tree. So we'll get that cut up, get it out of the field before planting season, and get some more firewood for next year. I don't think it probably won't burn because it's wet. It's oak. Oak is very wet wood. It takes a while to dry out. We might be able to get some of the outer limbs. We'll see what happens. So I actually just got off the phone with the milling guy, so he's on his way up, and he's probably going to end up pulling his machine up here up to the farm, which it's on wheels, so it's not horrible. I wish I had something down there so he didn't have to break down and move up here, but it is what it is. It's what we're going to live with. But he's going to come look at this and see if it's going to do what we need to do, or if I got to go find another one, because I found 2-3 trees that are really nice, straight, not a lot of they have limbs, they have a top, but they're pretty straight without a lot of limbs. And so yeah, so that's what we're up to today. I'm probably gonna turn the boiler on here pretty soon because it's gonna be warm, so the sap hopefully will start running in. But also I got over 100 gallons in the bulk tank that it's partially frozen, so I don't have to worry. It hasn't spoiled, it's still good sap, but I really want to get it out there. And if I start now, I might be able to catch up for when the sap actually starts running, so I'm not going to be here all night. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. And I got the dog. The wife had to go to a surprise birthday party for her friend, so she'll find out about her birthday party before she sees this video, I hope. If not, I'm sorry. I didn't say a name, so a couple things. Trying to get out of the sun here. It's at a very low, kind of coming up in the, there we go. So The other thing I want to tell you guys, we kind of got more, how can I say this? Civilized or high tech. I guess I'm going to go with high tech. Instead of just always turning the pump on when it's like 30, it looks like it's going to be warm the following day, and I turn it on at night when I'm up here. I actually went and bought a thermostat control. Probably put a, I won't show you that right now because it's running, it's loud, and I'll do it some other time when it's not running, or later on I'll tell you guys about it. So basically, to get the gist of it though, it's actually a thermostat control that I bought off of Amazon. They're very inexpensive. If you have heat lamps and that, they're actually it's really nice idea. So this one does both heating and cooling. So I set it for cooling because what I want to do is when it gets up to about 30, it kicks on. So think of it like a refrigerator. When it gets 30, your refrigerator is going to kick on, and this will then turn off when it gets down to 28, so just like your refrigerator. So yeah, this will hopefully work out good. It'll save on the power bill, and we'll see how it works. I'm a little skeptical because of the amps that this pump is, the motor for the vacuum pump is running. It's at what the controller says is the running amps, and actually the people that built the controller put bigger components into it, so it should, in theory, be okay. We'll find out as time goes on. But for right now, this will work, and I'm kind of glad. They make, in the maple industry, they make things already like this, but they're pricey. And we're on a budget basically, so cheap is the budget. And we managed to do it. It seems to be working so far. This is only day 2. I put it on yesterday, programmed it, real simple programming, and we'll see how it works. And yeah, so that's just a little update what's going on. It's been a couple weeks. Oh, I might as well talk about it since I got your attention, hopefully. March 21st is our open house here at the shack, 10 to 6. Little brief thing about last Saturday, we had that class with Cornell Cooperative Extension. It was really nice. I actually took away some information from her. She did a very good presentation on tree identification, and there were some things that really distinctly that maples and a few other varieties do, but the other varieties are actually very easy to say, well, you're not a maple. So yeah, it was a very good class. Hopefully some of you made out. I didn't really get to catch the names of the people that were there. So hopefully some of you that watch this were there. It's really nice info for you. We got out, we went a little longer. We went to, I think it was 1:45, so we went over the hour that we figured, but hey, you get talking. What can I say? I like to talk. Everybody tells me that. At least my boss does, Devin. He loves to say I talk. So anyway, y'all have a fine day. Have a great Sunday. And like I said, I'm going to fire this thing up pretty soon, and we'll be boiling and having some fun, I guess. Have a good day. Bye.